Hello everybody and welcome to a Supermarket Simulator update video. This update is called the Tablet Update. It came out on the 4th of October, so you may have already seen it. For those of you that haven't, this video is for you. And the clue is in the name really, it's the Tablet Update. We now have a tablet for ordering products within our store. So if you've not already purchased it, you come across to your computer, come into your Market tab, go across to Tools, and here it is. You can purchase your tablet. Once you've got it, you press the tab key, it brings up the tablet. So all you do with this basically is walk around your store, scanning items, and it will go into your cart on your tablet, ready for you to purchase. So this is good for if you're just walking around your store and you see that you are low, for example, on cup of soups, we can order some of those. I know already that we're low on chicken, so we can order some chicken. In fact, we're so low on chicken, I might press the shift key, which enables you to do 5 at once. So if you hold the shift key, press it, that'll give us another 5 of those, so you can see we've now got 6 of those arriving. It just makes ordering quite nice, really. So we can get some more Cocoa Pops, for example. It's quite nice to be able to just walk around the store. If you see something, get your scanner out, get your tablet out, do it, and then you've got it. And all you have to do is then press the E key, and that's it. You've purchased it. You don't need to go back to the computer or anything. That's a lot better than having to remember. Like if you think, oh, I could do some more Cocoa Pops, you're busy doing something else, and then you either forget to do it or you have to come all the way over here to order it. That is no more. You can now do it. It's basically the portable scanner mod, but into the game, and I think it works really, really well. All of your items then come over into the loading bay. I'm not sure when this loading bay was added. It may have been added in an update between... There was no mention of it in this one, so presumably it's been added since I last played the game and now. But it works really well, I will say. This is new for me checking this out, and all of your boxes stack very neatly inside of there now. They don't topple over or fall across the road or go down there. Nothing. They stack perfectly neatly. And you can now, in this update, order up to 50 items. So without a mod or anything, you can now order up to 50 items at once. So not just the 10 that you were restricted to before. You can now get 50. I think 50 items will pretty much cover any eventuality, to be honest, because if you ordered 50 and they would stack up there somewhere, by the time you've sort of cleared them from this area anyway, you could put another order in and what have you. I don't think you would ever need to do more than 50, so that's pretty good, actually. So that's a good update as well. Unfortunately, my restockers are still really... they just don't work, frankly. And I've even started a brand new game with a brand new save, and they still didn't work, so I need a complete uninstall, reinstall of the game, I think, to get my restockers and everything working. They're just completely broken. So unfortunately, I can't show you the restockers, but they have improved their logic, so they do work better. We're going to have a look at the next part of this update, though, which is... well, they've added customers asking for help at self-checkout, so we're going to need to open our store for that. So we're going to open our store. Whilst we're waiting for customers to come in, I'll show you one of the other updates, which actually is to do with the restockers. That is in the management screen. We can now have up to 6 restockers. So we're going to hire all 6 of those, which is fairly useful. I think 6 is a good number. I was running a modded supermarket before, actually when I was making this supermarket. And I had about 6 or 7 running at any one time. Sometimes a few more, but I thought 6 or 7 generally kept on top of things. As you can see, they can do, well, they can restock 6 items at once. So I think 6 is pretty good, actually. So you should be fine with 6. Whilst we're over at the computer, we'll have a look at the rest of the options on here before moving on. So the next one is in the market. It is products. So you'll remember, if you saw my series, I was running a mod showing you what stock I had of certain items. And that was not in the game, that was a mod. Well, now it is in the game. So now we can see what we have and where, which is a really, really nice feature. This is a good thing to have. So, for example, vanilla yogurt. We have 172 of those in our storeroom. We have 30 on our shelves. We don't need to order that for a long time. We are good for that. However, cheddar cheese, we only have 9 in on our shelves. We have none of these in our storeroom. Now, without this or running a mod, you don't know that information. So, for example, you could walk over to your fridge and see that you have 9 in stock on a shelf, and that shelf might be pretty full. You think, okay, we're okay for cheese. But actually, if that was to suddenly sell out, you've got no backup. And before, unless you were constantly monitoring your storeroom, without mods, you had no idea what you had in there and what you didn't. But now you do. So this is very useful. So you can now you know, for example, you do need to purchase some cheese. You can go and do it. So that's really, really nice. Let's see what else we have. I think just one more for the computer, and that is in this new app we have here called Pricing. So we can now change our prices, keep track of our prices, see when it last changed, all from the computer, which is really, really nice. This is a very good update to the game. So you can order these anyhow you wish. So if, for example, things have changed, like today, for example, my potatoes and my chicken dippers have changed today in their price, I can now alter these prices without having to remember the little thing that comes up on the screen at the beginning of each day telling you the price changes. If you miss that, which I constantly did when I was making a series on this game, well, I don't need to even look at it anymore. I can come to my computer, press last change, I can tell you what's changed, so I can now alter my prices. So I now know the market price for this is now 5.9, so I can probably get 5.10 out of this quite comfortably, maybe even more, but we'll go with 5.10. This has gone up as well, so we can now up this. This has now gone up to 2.94, so we might as well charge 2.95 for that. Like so. Very nice. That is a lot easier than it used to be of keeping track of. You can see when it last changed. You can see what it used to cost, what it currently costs, what the average cost is, how much money you're making on it. So you know, for example, particularly I think in the early game, this is going to be very useful. It's not so much useful when you've got all the products because you make a lot of money anyway. But, you know, if you've got a product that's making £5 of profit, you now know that. You know exactly how much money that's making. So maybe that's something you keep extra of. Maybe you have an extra shelf with that stuff on because it's making a good profit. I like that. It's good detail. Right, we have some people that have been calling for help for quite a while, so let's go and help them. Now, all you have to do here, sadly, it's not like an age check or anything like that. It's pretty simple, but it's a start, and I like the fact that it's in the game. You come over here, all you have to do is help. You just hold it, and you scan it through for them. I would prefer it if they got stuck with a payment, or they needed, like this guy, for example, you needed to age check him, so maybe you go, are you over the age, and so to purchase the alcohol? That would be better for me, but I like the fact that they're not just sort of robots, because once you get established in the game, you could have like 10 of these and you don't need any cashiers, really, do you? People could just get on with it, sort themselves out. There was no issue whatsoever. At least there's a bit of jeopardy now, so you do have to keep track of, oh, there's a problem over there, I'll go and fix it. It gives you something more to do, so I quite like that. Here's another one here. Let's sort you out. But yeah, it'd be nice if it eventually gets a bit more than you just scan it through for them. But it's a start. It is a start. It's a nice thing. So what else is in the update? Well, the restockers will now prioritize boxes with the least amount of products on the floor. So currently they already do that with the shelving, I believe, but they now do it with the floor items as well. So they will always go after the box with the least amount in it to clear the boxes from your storeroom. So that's very good indeed. The settings menu has changed. It's been refreshed. It looks a little bit different. There aren't loads of new options here, but there is run in background, so you can now run the game in background. So if you tab out, it will keep on running and everything, no problem. There's a few more graphical things as well. I think the FPS, you can now have many choices of FPS. I've just got it on 60, but you can go all the way up to 360 or limitless. I don't think that was in the game before. VSync, I'm not sure if it was or not. It is now. And some audio changes as well. I think before you had master and music. I'm not entirely sure what's changed here. It says there's something's changed, but it just looks nicer anyway, I guess. But there's a few new options here. The restocker logic has been improved. But unfortunately, I can't really show you that because my restockers are still broken. And there's been a few bug fixes as well. And I think that is about it. I think that's about it. In the next update, by the way, the cashiers will receive a boost to speed them up. At the moment, I'm running the better cashier mod, so they work pretty well anyway. But I assume that when that update comes out, they will work as fast as you're seeing in front of you here, or similar at least. The restockers will also merge boxes with the same products to save space. So they'll start merging boxes together, which will also be very nice. So it's quite a nice little update. There's some nice things in that update as well. Being able to order things just as you walk around, being able to keep track of prices, being able to keep track of your stock, all without mods, I think is a really, really nice thing. So yeah, that's a good update, but that is the update in its entirety. So we are done for the day. Unfortunately, my restocker still broken, which is a bit of a shame, but it's just one of those things. But if you have found this video useful, and if you have enjoyed it, make sure you leave it a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you for another video very soon.